It's Ashley from Notjustboxing here with Brandon Glanton. Brandon, can I get your immediate reaction from the fight?
Hey man, like I said, I feel pretty crummy right now, but I'm healthy. I still got a beat in my chest. I still got wind in my lungs. I still got a kick in my step. Chris is all the same. Everybody's doing well, so as to be expected. Off and do it again next time, right?
Yeah, exactly. So we're very close to getting to the main event now, and even just on socials, your fight has had the most impact. I think everyone was excited about it. It was very close, and you put in a great performance. Regardless of the result, you should be very proud of yourself.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. As I said before, you spend your whole life, or at least your whole career, chasing something, and it stings, other fighters. But that's the energy. You have to keep pressing. You got to keep going, and you got to get through it. That's what makes a fighter a fighter. It's not just the physical aspect. You got to fight these rules, that rules. You got to fight about those feelings, these feelings. You got to fight with family. You got to fight with, oh, my barber messed my lineup up. Everything's a fight. So we build, work on it, continue. And that's it. Nobody wants to hear from the person who didn't get their hand raised. So anybody listening, I appreciate you. I'm grateful. For those of you who took my comment the wrong way or adversely, I apologize. You just put everything into it. You don't know what happens when you take a loss, so you just got that energy. But obviously, I wish him well. As I said I would, I prayed for him before and after the bell, and he'll be fine. He'll be all right.
So Barry Jones sung your praises, a very reputable man in the boxing business. He spoke very highly of you. That in itself it must mean something to you.
It definitely does. Any kind comment, even negative comments, I appreciate people taking the time just to watch me and say something. Let's just be honest. I started boxing yesterday. Right? I'm 33. I started boxing at 21. I'm still learning. So I've just had an extremely good learning curve. So you won't get excuses from me. Right? When you point the finger, it's always 3 pointing back. Barry, thank you. The praise, I definitely take it, and add that to my arsenal moving forward. I can say somebody of merit said something good about me, and I'm grateful for everything.
Let's talk about the fight. Obviously, you came out fast. It was always expected. You knew you were going to try and hurt him. Did you expect him to be that tough?
I knew he would be tough, and again, there's no excuses. I didn't expect him to hold on like that. Just as much as he was tough, his forearm strength to be able to hold me in there, I'm like, they're just going to let this go on. All right. Well, no, it was good. He's actually better at stopping those body shots than I thought. I could tell he trained for it, so kudos to him for that. When I saw first blood, it didn't move me because I know this guy will bleed all over the place and he will keep coming, he'll keep doing his thing. I noticed that he was on his back foot, and I wanted to press the issue. But everybody knows, people normally back up when I fight. So,
was there any moment in there you thought you had him hurt?
I thought I had him hurt a couple times, but not to the point where he couldn't continue. Maybe I think it shocked him a little bit, but no, he's a former world champion. He's been there before, right? And as they said in the media, he's done this 5 times previous. So, I knew he would be there. I could tell he was concerned. He knew which punches to get away from, I'll tell you that. So, again, that's what comes with experience and time, so kudos to him.
So a lot of Brits know Chris well, and he's always been a gentleman, obviously, always been very respectful. When you come here and obviously rock the boat, and it's been a crazy week, can I just get to know what you were saying to him at the end when you had your arms on each other and the fight was done? What was you saying to each other?
I told him that my comment about him being, I won't say it now, but about him being a female dog, it wasn't ever at him and his physicalities. It was never calling him soft. It was never calling him weak. It was never saying that he couldn't fight. Never saying that he wasn't tough. I knew all of those things. I was talking to his manhood, so to speak. I was talking to the person, not just the fighter, right? Obviously, he shows up ready to fight. He dealt with me, Obviously, he comes in shape. Obviously, I didn't feel like that needed to be said. We know that. No, he's definitely not a coward. I was speaking about the manhood, about him disregarding my handshake, but he did apologize to me, and he made it clear he wasn't feeling the best during that week.
Yeah, he didn't actually have a clue. Yeah, he didn't know.
And that's what the thing is. You kind of look up to these people, and they don't even know who you are. So, and I believe him. He said he didn't see it, and he has no reason to lie to me. I believe him. So he didn't see it. He didn't see it. But that's what people do. Things happen in their lives, and they hold on to it. I'm still wondering why Mike Tyson didn't respond to my first tweet when I first started boxing, but he responded to the pretty young ladies. You know what I mean? So you hold on to things, and I just held it so tight, and I wanted to have my revenge, so to speak. So, but again, he gave me an apology, and that speaks to the manhood. That speaks to the gentleman. That's much appreciated.
Mm-hmm. So let's just talk a little bit about the fight itself. Like, did you actually think at some points that you were winning those rounds? And because the scorecards were close, was there a part of you that thought maybe you could have pinched it, even a draw?
The thing is, I'm going up against a former world champion, and
in his backyard.
In his backyard, I knew any close rounds would go to him. I never stopped looking for the knockout. Even the 12th round, I'm trying to knock you out. I knew some rounds I won convincingly, but others that were close, I'm like, okay, then you got to get it together. But once it happens, on to the next, come out strong. Rounds that I thought I would have won, him, having the tie-up, smart move on his end, stopping the action. Just because the ref stops the action doesn't mean you're winning the round. Now he stops the action, and you got to start again. And he was the first to punch off of the break. So yeah, I know that. I've done this. I know how it looks. So again, it's not. A lot of people think it's a guy who looks the worst in the end, but the fight is scored round by round. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, Bulletproof didn't do his job round by round to make convincing to the judges. So we got work to do.
Do you know what I respect about you? You went to France and beat the Frenchman there. You went to Russia and beat a Russian. You've come to England to fight a former world champion for glory, and that in itself speaks volumes as a fighter. There's so many fighters that wouldn't even travel unless they had the backing, and for you to be on the road for these fights and to do what you've done, that is just, it's impressive. It shows what type of person you are.
I appreciate that. The worst news came when I couldn't even have my trainer in the corner. I had my assistant trainer who did a great job, Melvin Diaz. Thank you. My head trainer, Jason Jones, because of certain issues, it wasn't allowed into the UK. And considering I plan on fighting here a lot in the future, that may be an issue. But again, you press on and you deal with it. The universe, man, and I don't want to attack anybody's beliefs, but the universe will send certain things your way and ask you, how bad do you want it? Okay, you still want to live here? Your power's out. Oh, you still want to go there? Your car's out. Oh, you still want to go there? Your coach can't come. It just keeps sending things, and then before you know it, you've reached where you want to go because you dealt with it and you pressed on. So obviously, a lot of things. I was concerned about the ring. When I first saw it, I said, yeah, I'm going to be slipping. Mm-hmm.
Well, the Fatal Fury sign is so big. That sticker, obviously, you slipped twice, and you were lucky they didn't give it a 10-8 with those slips.
The rep told me if it happens again, I'm going to take a point. And I'm like, it's not our fault, your shoes. So
to get a warning for slipping.
What can I say? He was in the same ring I was, so it was a fair play. All I got to do is stay within the rules and fight my fight. And do the best I can do. I can't worry about anything on the outside. I can't worry about how people feel about me, about my shoes slipping or whatever. I have to deal with it, and that's what makes you a fighter.
So, what made you start boxing at 21? Obviously, you started late, and look at what you've done in that time.
Yeah, right. My friend, back when we were working at Kmart in college, He bet me that I wouldn't come to the gym. I showed up and got punched in the face a lot and fell in love with it and took off.
Does your mate still box?
No, he actually quit shortly after that.
And how'd you get the name Bulletproof? Because you look bulletproof in there, to be fair. Both of you were.
and that's one reason. Obviously, you've seen me fight now. I take a pretty good shot. But, and I hate that some fans think so negatively of me, but being bulletproof is not just being able to absorb punches. Being bulletproof is your integrity when you're talking to people. How you treat the guy who's not, worth anything, who doesn't have this or that. Are you bulletproof in your eating and your meal purpose? Are you bulletproof in your training? When your trainer is
so it's a mindset.
It's a mindset. We're all trying to achieve or become bulletproof. Being the best version of ourselves. That's what being bulletproof is. Granted, and when I'm fighting, you can hit me with a bat. I'm not going anywhere. But bulletproof mindset, the kind of person you want to be. I don't want to be the bad guy. I'm not the bad guy. I know I said some pretty aggressive things. I'm not the bad guy. I just want to provide for my family, my team, my loved ones, all the fans watching. People take time out of their lives to pay to come watch you fight. Some of these people don't even feed their families because they want to buy your tickets. They want to come support you. What kind of animal would you be if you didn't give them the very best thing you could? If you can't respond to, there's a lot of people. I respond to everybody I can on social media because I know how Mike Tyson made me feel. He's a great guy. I didn't understand back then, right? But you just take the time. Everybody wants to feel something. And these fans, I owe it to them. What can I say? I owe it to them. They could have done anything else and they decided to come watch me fight. Whether they were supporting me or not, it's appreciated.
Have you got a message for your fans?
I appreciate it. Thank you. Perfectly, you will see me again soon. And we're not done yet. Got a lot left in the tank. Obviously, I hate to give you guys a fight where my hand wasn't raised, but thank you for everything. Don't blink. I'll be back.
And lastly, have you got a message for Chris as well? Now it's all said and done.
Chris, it's all said and done, man. That apology, that explanation means the world to a person like me. You spoke about respect at the face-off, and I didn't know how to get the message across, but that's all I care. I just want to be respected. I don't want any more than or less than anybody else. You give me the respect, I appreciate that. I believe everything what you said. You didn't see me. You had a lot going on, for sure. So, big up. I pray you and your family are well. You go on and do great things. Please beat all of these champions because everybody, if you're going to lose, you better lose to a winner. So please go win, man. Go do your thing, man. You got my support. And just to let you know, I was a fan of you before I started all this stuff, man. So do your thing, man. Good luck, man.
Brandon, thank you so much and have a good rest of your night.